Hey, what's up everyone? JJ here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at all the photos for the 8 LEGO Harry Potter sets releasing on June 1st this summer 2025. In this video, we'll look at the pictures from each of the sets and I'm going to rank them not really from worst to first. It's more the set that I'm least likely to buy to the set that I'm most likely to buy. LEGO Harry Potter is the theme I most collect for LEGO, and I'm probably going to pick up the top 5 sets from this list on release day, and the other 3, a few of them might make their way into my collection kind of as sales happen throughout the year. But let's take a look now at the 8 sets coming out June 1st, 2025. Coming in 8th place is the Thestral Family. In general, I think this set looks pretty good. It is a unique idea and concept for a set. In general, though, I don't really collect these buildable figures. I didn't get Hedwig, I didn't get Dumbledore's Phoenix, I didn't buy the Expecto Patronum set, the Patronus buildable creature, but I do think the Thestrals look nice. It reminds me a little bit of the Monster Fighter character we saw with Anne. And I like kind of the skeletal look of the build. The wings look nice. I like how we're including both the parent as well as the child Thestral. But like I said, the buildable creatures just isn't really the type of sets I normally collect. This set is $69.99, so it's also on the expensive side for something I don't collect. I did buy Buckbeak last year as the buildable creature, and this was kind of the one creature I did purchase just because I really liked the build. So I like the Thestrals. I like that LEGO continues to make this kind of set. This just isn't the type of set for me. I definitely prefer minifigure scale sets, and while they look good, I will not be picking up the Thestral Family June 1st, or probably at all. I mean, even 50% off this is a little bit not what I'm looking for. In 7th place, we have the Hogwarts Express Book Nook. This set retails for $99.99 in the US, so it is on the expensive side. I think it looks really nice. I like the build there of the Hogwarts Express, and if you kind of close it up, as you can see here, it looks really good. For me, the biggest issue with this set is that the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook is coming out also on June 1st, and I think it just looks fantastic and significantly better. I will be picking up the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook on June 1st when it releases. Here you can see it opens up to like that cityscape, which is quite nice. I originally thought when I heard about the Book Nook that they might do a Diagon Alley for Harry Potter, but they just released that microscale version, so it makes sense they didn't go with that memorable scene, and instead they're focusing on the Hogwarts Express. Looking at the set, it's actually a little bit bigger than I originally had thought when I saw the pictures, just looking at how large kind of the roof comes up. My issue is it kind of looks like bookends of the 2 halves of the Hogwarts Express, and when you close it up like you see here, are there 2 Hogwarts Express trains? Why are they both there? If you envision that it is a second train, there's the Hogwarts Express facing you and the other set is another train, then it might be okay. The one reason I might consider picking this up is my favorite Ron Weasley minifigure is the one that comes with the collector's edition Hogwarts Express, and this actually looks like an improvement from that minifigure, so this might be the best Ron minifigure that they have in LEGO Harry Potter, so I might need to pick up at least the minifigure. I might use these as bookends at some point, but like I said, as actual Book Nook, I just think Sherlock Holmes looks a lot better. And the dueling Hogwarts Expresses that you have in that train station doesn't quite work for me. I think it looks good overall though. In 6th place, this set is $22.99, and this is Dumbledore's Phoenix. This is actually a small set. Originally, when I went to make this list, it was going to be 8th, but as I started looking at the price points and the various sets, it quickly made its way a little bit higher up on the list. I like that LEGO makes these smaller sets, just for 20 bucks. I think the build is actually kind of nice. I really like the baby version of the Phoenix there that we see. I think that's quite cute. All in all, it's a pretty simple set, and I actually think the build isn't bad, especially in these pictures here where you see the Phoenix wings are actually opened up. You can see just kind of some of the design and pieces that are used. It doesn't really look like they move on their own at all, but it's showing motion in this image. This is very similar to the Hedwig set that came out for about $20, I think last year or 2 years ago. That wasn't a set that I bought, but I actually think the Phoenix looks a little bit stronger, and I like some of the additional accessories of the Phoenix comes with a little bit more than I liked some of those accessories there with Hedwig. So because it's only 20 bucks, it kind of makes its way on the list ahead of the Thestrals as well as the Book Nook. And I do think the build looks nice as well. I might pick this up. It just really depends. In 5th place, we have the Diagon Alley expansion. This set is $99.99 in the US, so it's not a bad price point. My issue with this set, if you didn't know, Diagon Alley as a D2C set, collector's edition came out in 2020 with a huge set. And then starting in 2023, they started releasing kind of more play scale version of the set. And I like this set a lot, but we've seen these buildings before in that larger 2020 version. So here is the 2020 version, and we can see there in the middle, you can see the quality Quidditch supplies, as well as Florian's Ice Cream Parlor. And so they've already made these two sets. Last year, we got Madame Malcolm's Robes, which is a new set we hadn't seen, as well as Ollivander's. And what was really cool is Ollivander's on the inside just had a ton of cool new molds for some of those wand pieces. And looking at this set with the Ice Cream Parlor and the quality Quidditch supply, I'm not seeing a ton of new things. I will be buying this because I do collect both the D2C scale Diagon Alley as well as the play scale version. I do like both of them for what they are. I like this new broom piece. This is probably what I'm most excited for outside of the minifigures with the quality Quidditch supply set. But all in all, there just isn't a ton new that's really drawing me to this set. I like the color scheme of Florian's, but it isn't any different than we saw with the 2020 Diagon Alley. And I also like the quality Quidditch supply, the kind of the big open windows. I do like the coloring here better. For minifigures, I'm happy we get Katie Bell. The Ron Weasley is very similar, if not identical, to what we got with the Burrow. And I don't understand why that one shopper has like the earmuffs from the Herbology classroom. Florian looks good, however, with that print. So this is a set I'll be picking up, but not one I'm necessarily super excited about. I think it's nice they're doing the play scale version of Diagon Alley, but I'd like them to include a new set. Like a new building. In fourth place, we have the Hogwarts Castle expansion for the Herbology classroom. This is a set I really expected to be much higher on my list when I just saw the list of sets that were coming out this year. It isn't bad. I like it. I like that it's a standalone greenhouse. That was a thing that I wanted. I do wish from the exterior, it looked more like a greenhouse, some more paneling. I know you have it on kind of the halfway up, it turns into paneling, and you have more on the roof than I thought from those initial interior pictures. But something about it just doesn't seem great to me. It is $49.99 in the US, and all these prices are current. I don't know if they're gonna change with tariffs. They'll probably all go up. I don't like the minifigures in this set. I think Professor Sprout is a weak iteration, and Hermione coming with this set makes sense from the scene, but I don't even think her hairpiece allows her to wear the earmuffs, so that was an interesting choice. It does look good opened up. Like, it does look like a fun set. It's gonna look good displayed next to this, new Hogwarts Castle system. I wish it was bigger, and I guess that would increase the price point, so maybe this is better. My goal is to pick up 2 of these. I'll pick the one up on release day. I might pick up a second one if it goes on sale, kind of expand it a little bit. In third place is the Monster Book of Monsters. Now, this is a set I didn't think I would like as much as I did. This is retailing for $59.99 in the US. And I think it's a really nice build. We've obviously seen the Monster Book of Monsters before with that gift with purchase that I do have. The gift with purchase is kind of in the scale of what the Hogwarts Moments books were in, while this Monster Book of Monsters looks much, much larger. I really think the detailing looks incredible, especially kind of there on the top of the book. And I think the Neville minifigure looks good as well. There is the play feature, of course, just like with the give with purchase, where you kind of pull it back and it moves forward, and you can see that here where it's mouth kind of chomps moving forward. As someone that almost traditionally collects minifigure scale things, I am surprised how excited I am for the Monster Book of Monsters. I think the scaling was done really well. It's really large, as you can kind of see in this picture compared to the person's hand. You can actually count the studs across to see how much of space it takes up, but I think it looks really good. They did a great job using some of those pieces in a creative way to kind of create that rough skin of the exterior of the book. I like that we're getting Neville's Monster Book of Monsters in minifigure scale additionally with this set. We haven't seen that, I think, since the first CMF series, maybe the second one. For me, what is ultimately pushing me over the edge is I'm going to display this with my Hogwarts Icon set. It seems to be perhaps in the similar scale that it will look nicely with the Hogwarts Icon set, and I have that on a shelf downstairs, and so I'm excited to add that kind of to that little display set that I have. But yeah, I'll definitely be picking this one up. I'm really excited for the Monster Book of Monsters. Next, in second place, and second and first are really close for me, but in second place is for Privet Drive, Aunt Marge's Visit. This set is retailing for $89.99 in the US, and I don't understand the price point. It feels like it should be a lot more expensive. I mean, this feels very similar to me to the same scale as Malfoy Manor, which was about $150 or $160. So I'm really excited here for the new Privet Drive. They're obviously focusing on a different scene here with Aunt Marge, which is nice because almost all the other 2 Privet Drives did focus pretty much on the Chamber of Secrets and the Philosopher's Stone. So it's nice that we're getting a fully enclosed Privet Drive for the first time. There's a lot of great detailing here. Of course, we can see the cupboard under the stairs with Harry Potter. What's really cool is we're really fleshing out Dudley's room as well, which is quite fun because that's a character that we really aren't going to get much in Harry Potter Lego because he's in so few scenes, though I would like to see him in the lighthouse at some point. Here we can see his bedroom, and there's just a lot of really cool Easter eggs to both the films as well as the books of all the different things, spoiled Dudley has in his room that Harry Potter does not, which I think is quite nice. I think this set just looks really good. I think it looks good fully opened, and I also think it looks good closed up, and we don't get that a ton with Lego Harry Potter. Usually Harry Potter sets are made like in the dollhouse style where the back is open, so it's cool that we have a set similar to the Herbology greenhouse kind of can close up fully, which is quite nice. Also, there is a minifigure for Aunt Marge, which is a really exciting thing because we're getting her both as a minifigure as well as blown up floating over for Privet Drive. So I'm really excited for this set. I like that we have the dining room terrace kind of there on the left, something we haven't seen before in a Privet Drive set. So this is a day one purchase for me. But of course, number one, maybe some of you predicted this, but it is, of course, the Hogwarts Castle main tower set. This is just everything I wanted in an expansion of the Hogwarts Castle. I will say it's actually significantly bigger than I expected. This is obviously the expansion to the new system. Last year we got the Great Hall, which was, blew me out of the water. I was really excited to build it. It looked great. And now we are adding on to that here with the main tower. And if you look at just how tall the main tower is compared to the Great Hall is already a pretty tall build because it's on that rock structure. So it's really cool how massive they made this. It's only $50 more than the Great Hall at $259.99 in the US. So not too bad for pricing for a giant castle set. What's really cool too is there's a walkway, which I didn't really know initially, that connects to the Great Hall. The interior has some great stuff. Of course, we are seeing the grand staircase. We're also getting a Dumbledore's office, which looks quite nice, very similar to the 2023 Dumbledore's office that we got. And so that looks really cool. I like all the different detailing we're seeing there within his office. We're getting a more proper Gryffindor common room. You can see we have both the area with the sofas and the fireplace, as well as the bedroom area. So I'm excited for that as well. But my favorite part of the set, of course, are gonna be the different tasks and challenges we see at the end of the Philosopher's Stone. We have a new mold for Fluffy. It does look like there's some brick-built components to hold on the head, but I am excited for that, even if it's not my favorite. But I am very excited for what we see in the dungeons here with the Devil's Snare, with the Room of Winged Keys, as well as kind of that chess set, the Wizarding chess set, which I just think looks really good. I do really love the Wizarding chess set that we got kind of with the anniversary sets of Lego Harry Potter, but I think this kind of built into the castle in that scale looks really, really cool. This is a set that I will buy day one and probably the first one that I'll build because I'm so excited for it. The minifigures look great. I think the minifigure outfits for Harry, Ron, and Hermione that came with the Wizarding chest are some of my favorites, and so they're repeated here as well. Plus, we're getting some additional Hogwarts students that we haven't seen before. We're getting another Nearly Headless Nick. We're getting Professor Kilburn. So there's a lot of really cool things going into this set, although that harp build might be worse than the original harp build from 2021. I'll have to see it in person to make the comparison. But I'm really excited for the Hogwarts Castle main tower expansion to this castle system set. For me, this has been the strongest minifigure scale castle system they've made in Lego, and so it's really nice to see. And because we're focusing on the challenges, which I don't think I realized originally with the main tower, I'm excited to see if we get a Chamber of Secrets, and then if we start including things from the Prisoner of Azkaban. So this castle system could really extend to be one of the best yet, and I'm excited to see what that looks like. But those are the 8 sets. Like I said, I'll probably pick up the first 5 on release day, and I do like the book Nook, so it's really what it looks like in person for me. But let me know what you think. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to stay updated with Lego leaks, rumors, news, and reviews, hit the subscribe button down below. Let me know which Lego Harry Potter sets you are looking forward to and what you think of my list. Was the number 8 set something you're really excited to pick up, or were the top few pretty much what you're thinking about as well? I'll see you all next time. Thank you.